Hello guys, I have never been thinking about flamingos that much in my life, but now I do. I actually look like one, and all because Flamingo is a beautiful name for a new Ukrainian long-range heavyweight missile that can travel 3,000 kilometers deep inside, yes, you can guess, Russia. Actually, it can reach Iran. It can carry a ton of explosives and develop a speed of 950 kilometers per hour, staying in the skies for 4 hours. That is huge because we all know the only way to bring peace is to defeat and demilitarize Russia. For example, tonight and in the morning, my hometown Lutsk was targeted with drones, with missiles, so the time to demilitarize more of that drone production, missile production sites, and Flamingo can actually help us. Most importantly, soon the serial production will start, and the plan is at least 7 missiles per day. To tell you the truth, it is perhaps one of the largest and one of the most potentially damaging missiles available on the planet, double the Tomahawk. So let's discuss, and I'm really honored to introduce you to our flamingos. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see the defeat and demilitarization of Russia, subscribe. We will discuss that on the channel soon, and the flamingos will help us. I love it when you say release the flamingos, and to tell you the truth, a person who chose the name for this missile definitely has a really good sense of humor. And these days, all over the Ukrainian internet, we have a lot of memes which actually say, imagine for a second how Russians will receive the air raid alerts. And when you receive an air raid alert, it typically describes the trajectory of a missile, give its name, and the direction in which it moves. So it will sound like flamingos in the direction of Tambov, another flamingo in the direction of Yekaterinburg, flamingos over Moscow. Sometimes I think that even President Zelensky could be an author because he definitely has a fantastic sense of humor, because how otherwise would he survive those 2 meetings with J.D. Vance and Trump? Anyway, let me know in the comment below what could be the good slogans for our Flamingo missiles, and maybe a new NATO patch. I need your support and I need your ideas. So let's return to the serious topic, and that is the missile itself. Ukraine desperately needs means of protection, and quite often we are limited in the way we can defend ourselves. This is very unfair, but like we are Ukrainians, we have to stand firm and work on how to solve this problem. So we started developing our own missiles. Ukrainian missiles, Neptune, for example, have already brought a lot of success, including the destruction of Russian warships like Moskva, the very famous one. But the need to create long-range missiles was pretty obvious, taking into account that neither of our allies, even after the North Korean troops arriving to Ukraine in thousands, still did not allow us to demilitarize Russia with long-range missiles. We started working on ours. And right now we have that Flamingo that starts the serial production, and that is perhaps way more important information than the kilograms it carries. But in total, it can reach 3,000 kilometers deep, and you can guess deep inside the Russian Federation. It can carry 1 ton of explosives and develop the speed of 950 kilometers. These modern missiles, they can spend a lot of time in the air, something that I still cannot understand, even though I was a good student of physics. But you read in these apps that a missile first travels in that direction, then it turns. That's exactly what I was reading in the morning. And by the way, the Warhead drone was demilitarized in my hometown today at 10 minutes to 9 in the morning. And at 9:05 I went to the gym. So Ukrainians are very resilient, thumbs up for that. I did not want them to steal my morning routine. And please share this video, subscribe, join the community, and subscribe to my new channel, Anna Danilchuk, that I connect here. So this Tomahawk missile can actually double the effect of this Flamingo missile can actually double the effect of a Tomahawk, which is cool because I remember how much we needed that Tomahawks, and the best way is simply to, breed some flamingos. I still cannot but think about this genius, like flamingos over Moscow, flamingos over St. Petersburg, flamingos landing on the Kremlin. And even YouTube won't ban us from saying it with its sensitivity to the language. What is important, such long-range missiles allow units to use them against military targets inside Russia from the Ukrainian area. We didn't have long-range missiles, we did not have safety and security, and when it can travel 3,000 kilometers, you don't always want to send it that far away, actually reaching Iran or China, but you may shoot it from the Western Ukraine, for example, from very, very, very far away from the front lines. That's what the Russians do. For example, they target my native city from the Caspian Sea. You can Google, you can look at the map, and you will be surprised to learn that. So this Flamingo will first of all allow to strike from the rear, to protect the systems, to protect the personnel that will perform the missions. And of course, the explosives, 1 ton, they can destroy a lot, maybe like the whole Yelabuga drone production facility. And that means a lot of innocent lives saved. And in general, according to these international laws that Ukraine obeys, contrary to Russia, and so many people still do not understand that you are all interested to protect international law. Maybe not that much Ukraine if you're not sensitive, if you're not kind, you don't like us. But we all have to care about the international law, because if we forget about the rule of law and we give all the rights to just big nations who possess nuclear weapons and authoritarian preferences, then the whole world is doomed. And according to the international law, we cannot sell flamingos because they are super long-range missiles. Another reason why you should accept Ukraine to NATO. That was not the reason why Putin attacked us, and watch the video on my new channel where I actually clearly explain why. But when Ukraine is a NATO member, or when Ukraine is in some kind of alliance, then we can use these long-range heavyweight missiles together. So I believe that only in our unity is our strength, in our respect to human life, to freedom. That is what makes us very different from these very, very, very miserable invaders that do not demonstrate even the qualities of a more or less respectable army. Even invaders can do better. I was very angry to watch the interview of J.D. Vance, where he demonstrated how he tried to humiliate President Zelensky, but actually he humiliated himself. Any person who wants to mock a president of a country at war that does way better than you in your life, it's so wrong. It's just like you watch it and you cannot believe it that the person does that openly on TV. Like he said Zelensky to behave and then he won't ask him questions. I think that, if J.D. Vance had to spend a morning like I did today before the gym, don't let me start about the couches, but I literally think that he would not be able to continue operating during the next week because of the deep stress that he'd experience. And also speaking about Putin in a kind manner is also very wrong. And the way that he's like shy, by the way, Vlad Vexler has a really good video where he speaks about the potential double, but about the shyness of Putin, which is pretty normal for maniacs too. So he may sound normal, I'm sure that Hitler, maybe he did good coffee or something, but this does not forgive their war crimes. And the fact that, I don't know, Putin was polite in a conversation does not mean that he is not the bloodiest criminal on this planet, responsible for the deaths of hundreds of innocent children, thousands of stolen children, lots of destroyed homes. Please think about this moral clarity, and why is it absent right now in the White House, that has always been one of the strongest symbols of democracy and freedom. At least that's how we felt. But I know that people of the United States support us, same as people of Australia and France and Japan and Taiwan watching us, and the Philippines and Lithuania. And I'm really happy that you are with us, and all the other good people. I always love reading in comments, where are you from? And if you want to work or to live as our ambassadors, check the new collection, summer collection in a merch shop, because lots of t-shirts, sweatshirts and caps work really well as the conversation starters, are reminders about our fight and the need to defeat Russia. I wish like a person in our t-shirt appeared on that red carpet for Putin. There are some t-shirts that have good addresses to Putin too. Also, follow me on X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all the links in the description. I'd be happy to spend this Saturday evening, 9 p.m. on a live with you to celebrate my birthday last week, and most importantly, the day of the renewed independence of Ukraine, the 24th of August. And thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. But most importantly, thank you for standing with Ukraine, and let's release the flamingos. Slava Ukraini!